21 things only in India tourists can't understand?
Let's see what we were actually a tourist in India not too long ago. You can check out our vlogs on our travel vlog channel. But let's see if we can relate to any of this stuff, because we were tourists in India.
We just can't understand.
Whoa!
If you want to check out our India travel vlogs, you can check out the link in the description to our travel vlog channel. We went to Karnataka, which was an epic state in India, and we're going to be going back again soon, like very soon.
We have tickets.
We have tickets.
And there's a special festival coming soon.
Go subscribe to the channel in the description, and next month you'll be able to see some India videos.
Whoa! And while you're waiting, you might as well watch the old ones. Alright?
You want to see what China's like? We're posting China vlogs right now.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Here we go.
Somebody gets married in India. They get a thorough, shall we say, snooping, sometimes without even being aware of that. There are pre-matrimonial detective agencies in India that provide services of private investigators. There are also spit inspectors. These people, also known as nuisance detectors, catch and give fines to those who litter or spit in public. One more
That's good.
profession you aren't likely to meet anywhere else is an ear cleaner. So the process of removing
We saw that in China.
Yep.
earwax requires some traditional instruments. They don't use Q-tips.
That would
we're
be so
used to.
scary.
Their instruments are
That's just some guy coming with a syringe in your
Yeah.
ear.
What if he just misses and stabs it?
called the steel needle, some cotton, and a pincer. Yikes. The ear cleaner rolls some cotton around the needle so it looks like a Q-tip, and the clients have their ears cleaned. Ear cleaners usually can be found somewhere in the city center, around monuments, or at a local market. This profession is rare and exotic in today's India, but it used to be quite common.
I don't know if I
In
could
this
trust
country,
that.
your dream may come true and you'll get paid for sliding down a water slide. The profession's called water slide tester, and these
Oh, a
people have
tester.
to control if the slides are both safe and fun.
That is an interesting one. Would you want to be a water slide tester after your incident on a tested water slide?
I've already done it, so I'm ready for more. I'll just wear socks this time.
He was the first one to go down a slide at a park here in the Philippines, and the water wasn't on halfway through.
It burned my foot.
Usually these people work in various hotels and spend most of their time in planes, traveling from one resort to another.
That is
There's a
interesting.
village where locals
wonder how many
have
of them
no
die.
locks on doors. Not a single house there has one. Even public toilets have no locks or doors, only a curtain, thank you. It might seem somewhat reckless, but in fact, it's one of the safest places out there. The local
Until you announce it to the world,
Yeah.
and then somebody's like, I'm gonna go to that town and steal everything.
Or there could be some like tiger watching this video, and now the tiger's like, oh, it's open? Let me go in.
There's tigers in India. Always dangerous.
lean a wooden stick against the door just to keep the stray dogs out of their houses. The only police station opened there only
That
in
would work for
2015,
tigers, too.
And still, there are no complaints. Even the local bank has no lock. It's officially the only bank in the world that's never locked. When the
Interesting.
locals are out of town, they don't ask the neighbors to look after their houses, and they're not afraid to leave valuables, money, and jewelry without hiding them. Vegetarian dishes are quite popular in India. Between 15 and 30% of the whole country's population are vegetarian. Some people tend to eat fish only and never eat any land animals. Many large
poor
food
fish.
chains, famous for yummy meat dishes, even provide a whole new vegetarian menu for India. Cutlery isn't really required for many traditional Indian dishes. They say that mouth-watering curry tastes even better if eaten with the fingers. Now, I would assume that you'd want to eat the fingers separately, but hey, just thinking out loud here. There's also a wide range of crazy traditional dishes, but there's one called, okay, let's just put it on the screen, thanks. It's made from potatoes, which are pretty common for Indian food. The exotic part is that the potatoes in the dish are actually extra old. Even more, they're rotten. And there's a bunch of traditional spices. It's just a side dish. You'll need to choose the main course. Samosas
We'd
are
order that
another
accidentally and then get
traditional
sick.
Indian dish made
Yeah,
of
that would
potatoes.
suck.
They're deep fried and look like dumplings, and they're
Yum.
both a side dish and a main course. Now, if you love sugar, don't forget to thank India for it. It was first extracted and refined there about 2,500 years ago.
Thanks for diabetes, India.
I like sugar.
So can we blame India for diabetes?
Yeah, I think so. I think even if it was a good thing for some things, diabetes is a bad thing. So we'll blame you for the bad thing.
You guys invented Coca-Cola.
They've invented cakes.
Donuts?
The number 0.
You guys have a lot of money coming in. Start patenting.
Then the Chinese picked up the technique and it spread all over the world. Another thing you should be grateful to India for
Are they
is
just saying the
shampoo.
Chinese stole
The very first
sugar?
version was made from dried herbs, some extracts, and water. Soap berries and soap nuts were widespread in India, so this component was a perfect match for the shampoo formula. It's probably because of the right shampoos that most Indians have absolutely stunning hair and cool hairstyles. By the
The
way,
slick
in
back.
India, it's possible to cut clients' hair with fire.
Oh.
It's not
Oh.
that widespread, though. Only one barber is said to do it. First, they sprinkle the hair with some flammable powder, then they light it up and literally set the hair on fire. While the hair's burning, the stylist creates the right shape with the help of 2 combs. He says the fire helps fix the hair right. He also claims to have at least 15 clients each day who come to get this very cut. He sure makes it look like it's a singe to do. If you like holidays, India is the destination for you. Indians have about 1,000 various festivals and events. Sometimes people even celebrate the first hair cutting, or who knows, hair burning. All of the local celebrations are totally worth seeing. Holi is the festival of colors, and people consider it to mark the beginning of spring. It starts at the end of February and finishes in March. It involves the famous powder throwing, so don't wear that brand new white shirt to the festival. Diwali
Unless
is
you
the
bought it for the
celebration of
festival.
lights
Yeah.
that lasts 5 days. People give gifts to each other, usually sweets, and light thousands of candles and oil lamps. No other country in the world has that many celebrations. India holds a lot of world records too. The largest sundial in the world is located in the town of Jaipur.
The
It's
largest
a tower
sundial.
90 feet tall. It's
That's
made
cool.
of polished stone and looks like an
Can you walk up to the
architectural
top?
masterpiece.
I hope so.
The shadow of this sundial moves at about 2.5 inches per minute, so you can see the time literally move there.
Like a
Another
clock.
longest thing in India are nails. According to the Guinness
Ah.
World Records, the longest fingernails ever belong to an Indian man. They're almost as long as a London double-decker bus.
Yuck.
He got them off back in 2018, but before, the total length of all his fingernails had reached 358 inches. There's
Oh my
also a
gosh.
record for the quantity of movies produced per year. In 2018, 1,813 new movies were filmed in India.
Jeez.
The quantity is so impressive that if you wanted to watch all the movies made in the country in 2018 and you watched a movie per day, you'd still be watching them today in 2021. North Sentinel Island, which is a part of India, is probably
let's
the
go.
world's
We're
most
gonna go there
remote
for a
place,
vlog?
since nobody can visit it. Strangers aren't welcome there. The locals are quite introverted and would always reject
I
any
don't know if that's true.
Yeah, most remote is probably the middle of like the Sahara or the Amazon, right?
Yeah.
Because there's Port Blair is pretty close to this, so it's not that far away.
And like there's the islands like in the Pacific that has nobody on it, but it's like the furthest island from
Yeah.
other land and whatever.
I guess if it's referring to people
Yeah.
only, but
contact from outside. No ship is allowed to come closer than 5 nautical miles, and special people always patrol the area.
I
It's one
guess
of the very few places
they're
in the world that has
uncontacted,
no
but
modern
there's
civilization.
Amazon tribes uncontacted
Recently,
too.
the island's been open to the researchers, but tourists still can't visit it.
What?
Several years ago, 2 frogs
feel like they'd
got
accept
married
us.
in one
Yeah, we're
coastal
special.
town named Udupi. It was done to encourage the rainfall. It was too hot, over 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Both animals had unique outfits for this occasion, and the bride even had a toe
What, is
ring.
that? What are we
The 2
watching right
frogs
now?
were
not
sent
sure.
off on a honeymoon to Manipur.
It's interesting that they mentioned tourists can't understand. There's a few of them that make sense, like the ear cleaners. That's something you might run into, but the like premarital surveyors, the frog wedding, the world record for nails that he cut off.
Just random.
Yeah, you're not gonna run into that as a tourist. I know it's just an intriguing title.
Paula, and were released there. Sadly, each of these guys had to go their own way a couple of months later because the locals had to stop the downpour that started soon after their wedding somehow. There are not 4, but 6 seasons overall here. According to the North, West, and Central Indian calendars, Indian Spring is in March and April. Next comes summer, also known as hot season. It starts in May and finishes in June. It's also one of the marriage seasons. Next comes monsoon, also known as rainy season. It starts after the summer solstice, usually in July, and lasts throughout August. Next comes fall, which spreads from late September to mid-November. After fall, they have a pre-winter or simply cool season. The real winter or cold season starts in January and goes on until February. In fact, there are many more other calendars in India, but all of them have 6 seasons with slight differences. The Statue of Unity is actually twice as tall as the Statue of Liberty, reaching 600 feet.
Crazy.
It was open to the public only about 2 years ago, back in 2018.
My gosh.
The statue consists of 5 parts, but only 3 of them are accessible to visitors. The first part starts at the statue base and finishes at the
Little
shields.
posies.
This zone has 3 levels and includes the exhibition area, a garden, and a museum. The second part reaches up the statue's thighs. The third one has a viewing spot at a height of 500 feet. The fourth part is the maintenance area, and visitors can't get there. Finally, the fifth one comprises the shoulders and head. In the first 11 days after its opening, almost 130,000 tourists came to see this colossal
Jeez.
statue. That's more than the population of the capital of Kansas, Topeka. Apparently, a whole lot of people showed up Topeka at this statue. Yeah, pun intended.
Topeka at the statue. Oh yeah, those are basically, let's say what it is. It was some random facts about India.
Yeah, and it was entertaining to learn about the random facts about India. There was definitely some random ones in there.
Yeah, frog weddings, long toenails, and Topeka, Kansas.
Topeka might have been my favorite one.
Yeah, me too. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give us more India suggestions to react to down below, and check out our travel vlogs.
We went to India.
We went there, and we're going back. Like a month.
So you can go check and subscribe to that channel.
See you later. Bye.